do you really bear the responsibility of the course of our country based on a conversation?
I think you can revitalize and rehabilitate someone's image in a way that is pretty shocking.
What's going on, you guys? Today we have Kyle Kulinski talking about Joe Rogan not wanting to interview Netanyahu. Is Joe Rogan starting to switch sides? Let's get into it.
So we discussed the other day that the Nelk boys, or as I call them, the Nelk idiots from the Full Send podcast, they decided to have on Benjamin Netanyahu. Now, the backstory apparently is the White House hooked them up with that interview. So Donald Trump wanted them to do the interview. They agreed to do the interview. They also admit they basically got a sheet of paper that said, here's what we want you to ask the prime minister. And they did. All the questions were softballs down the center of the plate. Netanyahu was just running through his fucking list of talking points. Now, the good news is the entire audience was like, go fuck yourself. They hated Netanyahu. They were pissed at the Nelk idiots. And there was backlash, which is why these guys were running around like chickens with their heads cut off. They were trying to talk to Nick Fuentes to make the problem go away. Then they were trying to talk to Hassan Piker to make the problem go away. They were doing anything and everything they could to try to say, no, it's cool, bro. No, we're just trying to hear both sides, bro. We'll have somebody on with a different opinion, bro. It's no big deal. It's whatever. But their audience is sort of like, hey, go fuck yourself. So guess what? We just got word. It wasn't just the Nelk boys that, Netanyahu was trying to get on their shows. It was also Joe Rogan. So clearly, Netanyahu knows that Israel has not just a PR problem, a substantive problem, because you're committing a genocide and everybody fucking knows it. But he realizes, hey, we're losing the young demographic. Let me try to go get the young demographic. So what did he do? Let's call it what it is, y'all. He singled out the biggest idiot programs and said, I want to go on that idiot show so I can get my message out there without any interference whatsoever, right? And that's why you got the Nelk boys. And also he tried to reach out to Rogan. Now, to Rogan's credit, he rejected him. Ready for this? So here's Yair Netanyahu, who's the entitled little prick son of Benjamin Netanyahu, who's partying it up in Miami as his dad starves babies to death in Gaza. He said the following: great wake-up call for conservatives to remember Joe Rogan is not a conservative. He gave platform to every single neo-Nazi anti-Semite on this planet. What? But he refuses to have my father on his show because he knows that he doesn't stand a chance against him.
I'm not sure who is falling for the Israel is the conservative take on this. I don't think that anyone is necessarily agreeing with Israel in this conflict with the genocide that's happening in Gaza. But for some reason, there is this, I think it's a lot of propaganda that is pushing that the right is supporting Israel, that the right agrees with what Israel's doing. I really don't know anyone personally besides Zionists that are supporting what's supporting the genocide in Gaza.
And all those years of anti-Semitic propaganda will go to waste. Yeah, bro. That's what we call cope. Oh, he knows, bro. My dad will destroy him, bro. No, your dad wants to go on Rogan because he knows Rogan's a little bitch and he let Trump say whatever Trump wanted to say without interfering. So he felt like, hey, maybe Rogan will let me say whatever I want to say without interfering. But wrong. Turns out, somewhere deep down in Rogan's meathead, there remains some semblance of standards. Some semblance of standards. Because the fact of the matter is, you think Rogan doesn't know it's a genocide? You think Rogan doesn't see the pictures of babies being blown up on a daily basis on his social media feed? So he felt like, I don't want to talk to this guy. I don't want to talk to this guy. But here's the thing, man, and this is what drives me crazy, is this Joe Rogan, the Rogan that would say no to Netanyahu, this is the Rogan that should have had the same standards for the other bloated, geriatric, fascist psychopath known as Donald Trump, who he gave a hot stone massage to. And that's everybody's frustration, right? It's clearly somewhere deep down in there, there's still somebody going, not a great idea, bro. How many people has he killed? How much death is he responsible for? This is what he's thinking, right? But with Trump, that was out the fucking window. It was all, ride the vibes, bro. Ride the waves, bro. Watch this guy, man. He's really popular online, so let's break the internet with a conversation. Meanwhile, it's not like he never knew what the right thing to do was, right? Look at this. Here he is on Lex Fridman. This is in 2022. Here's what he said about this issue. Listen.
By the way, I'm not a Trump supporter in any way, shape, or form. I've had the opportunity to have him on my show more than once. I've said no every time. I don't want to help him. I'm not interested in helping him.
The night is still young. We'll see.
If I have him on, the night is still young.
Yeah.
You think I'll have him on?
I think you'll have him on.
Really? Why do you think that? Because you'll have Putin on?
And you're competitive as fuck. No. I think ultimately, I mean, you've had a lot of people that I think you may otherwise be skeptical. Would I have a good conversation? Which I think is your metric. You don't care about politics, so can I have a good conversation? And I think you had like people like Kanye on, for example, and you had a great conversation with him. I think I think.
Yeah, but Kanye's an artist. Like, but Kanye doing well or not doing well doesn't change the course of our country.
Let me know if you guys are still supporting Kanye West, if you guys still listen to his music. A lot of people are, are they able to actually separate the artist from the music? I just was curious what you guys thought.
Yeah, but do you really bear the responsibility of the course of our country based on a conversation?
I think you can revitalize and rehabilitate someone's image in a way that is pretty shocking.
This Joe Rogan was totally correct. This Joe Rogan realized, man, I am not equipped to deal with somebody like Trump, a masterful and perpetual liar and bullshitter. I don't know his record. I don't know his policies. I don't know what he's done on foreign policy. I don't know what he's doing domestically. I don't know what he's doing with the economy. I'm not equipped. And I can rehabilitate him in a way where, he's cool. He's down. He's just shooting the shit with Rogan. He's like one of the bros. And that's what he ended up doing. But there's still he's 98% gone, but there's 2% of this guy left in him. And he realized, I don't know, man. Looks like Netanyahu's doing a genocide. Looks like everybody fucking hates him, right? I see the pictures of the starving babies. I see the carpet bombings of innocent people on a daily basis, and he drew the line. But again, the problem is he eventually caved on Trump. And he really was not able to internalize the catastrophe of Trump and the fact that he's a dictator in waiting. Even though he tried to overturn the election, even though he did the fake elector slate, even though he was charged with 91 crimes, Rogan still felt like, no, this guy's not that bad, bro. Which is just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. Like, if you are correctly saying, I'm not going to have Netanyahu on because what good can come of it? He's just trying to whitewash his crimes. Don't you realize it's the same fucking shit for Donald Trump? He's using you to get votes, and clearly Rogan was fine with that because he wound up endorsing him. He wound up going to the inauguration. But, like, now you fucking own it. Now you own the fucking concentration camps that he built. Now you own the bombing of Yemen and the bombing of Iran. Now you own the rounding up of innocent people outside of fucking Home Depots, which you've tepidly disagreed with. Now you own the economy imploding and prices skyrocketing because of his dumbass trade war.
You guys, we have Kyle Kulinski talking about Joe Rogan drawing his line in the sand with Netanyahu, saying, I can't grift that much, which really brings up, do you think that Joe Rogan was out here doing this consciously, that he was consciously selling out? So there we have it, you guys. We have Kyle Kulinski talking about Joe Rogan drawing his line in the sand with Netanyahu. That really makes me question Joe Rogan. Was he consciously selling out? Did he consciously sell out with Donald Trump, but then now is saying, hey, I sort of want to get out of this business because it's a little bit harder for him to get out of it now. That just wouldn't make sense if he's saying, I wanted to say that Trump is good, but eventually I didn't want to do it to this much. I don't want to support this to this extent because it just doesn't seem like it's well thought out. But at the same time, he had to know what he was doing. He had to know that he was supporting someone who didn't really care about the people. There's no way that he was actually that brain dead to believe in Donald Trump saving the people, right? It doesn't make sense. He's out here on Lex Friedman saying, I would never support Trump, and he's pretty much against Trump. So why did it happen? It's all very confusing what the motives are. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's another day in the progressive way.